Yeah, man, it's my first time going live. I don't know. Welcome to the live chat. Remember the guy. What's good with you, Josh? Can you hear me good? Shout out to Josh Rogers. Yeah, this is my first time going live. I'm this first time ever I ever went live. Yeah, I'm just sitting up here chilling, man. Just got done making a few runs. Actually had to go pick up a few parts from my truck. I ain't doing too much. Okay, bet. Yeah, man. Just figure I was gonna make a video, but I'm just sitting up here chilling, man. I'm like, man, I might as well just sit up here and just talk to the people, man. Just have a regular conversation, man. Pre-mission. Uh, pre-missions and old trucks better than new trucks. Um, I'm trying to be careful with my answer on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah because I feel like eventually you want to get to a point to where you want to have the lowest overhead. Low overhead means more money, more freedom. That's how I look at it. So yeah, with older trucks, you know what I'm saying, especially if yeah, pre-emission, you get something that's pre-emission or you pay for something cash, you know what I'm saying? You pay for it out your pocket. You ain't gotta be hooked to no high payments or nothing like that. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it all depends on how you look at it. Yeah. Well yeah, man, how was y'all 4th of July, man? What y'all do yesterday? Cause I ain't do shit. I got off the road, came straight home. I think I got home probably about like 9, 10 o'clock, went straight to sleep, man. I ain't really do too much, man. The 4th of July ain't really it ain't really all that exciting to me no more. I mean, it's cool like when you got the time and you know what I'm saying, you go kick it around people and shit like that, but it ain't like how it used to be, man, when I was a shorty. '06 Century and the two I already know. The '06, this '06 Century. Yeah, hell yeah. I already know. I already know. You know what? I've been going back and forth from my head trying to figure out like I'm already on the like I don't even consider myself having a cash truck. Just because my truck is paid off, it's not a cash truck. You know what I'm saying? But um, even looking forward, you know, like I say, I'm gonna make it do what it do with this truck for as long as possible. And moving forward, if I ever get another truck, it's gonna be out. It's gonna be cash truck. I don't want to deal with no emission shit either. But I do think about like, well, damn, like, how would it feel to have a brand new truck? But I mean, we know those trucks break down, but with the brand new trucks, you know, you get the warranties, all that different type of shit. But the thing about a new truck, man, you're gonna have a high payment. You're gonna have them astronomical payments, man, $3,000 to $4,000 a month, and you putting yourself to have to depend on the market. You know what I'm saying? You have a more you more dependent on shit that you can't control with that newer truck. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're making the money and it's consistent and you can pay that shit off, you know, keep up with the payments and pay it off eventually. I mean, I know we know people have, but I don't know, man. I just don't. Just being on the hook paying $2,400 a month for my truck, I didn't like that shit. So imagine paying 32, 35, 4,000 for a brand new truck. Like I don't want to be on the hook for that. D Price, what's good with you, man? Salute 219 in the building. Cryogenics. Uh that sounds like some tanker shit right there. Jordan Price, man, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Salute, Jeremiah. You remember me? I've been gone that long. Brand new show, you'll be working 70 hours. Make it even. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I just think I don't know. You know what? I think a lot of people want to go new. I think a lot of people choose to go new. Probably for one, they think they're gonna be escaping problems, which you still have problems. A lot of people don't have relationships with mechanics or not willing to build relationships with mechanics. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes. It's like no matter which way you choose, every which way got its pros and its cons. Whether new truck, pre-emissions truck, or modern used truck, everyone got its pros and cons. But I think a lot of people go new because they don't have a network with mechanics. You know what I'm saying? They not mechanically inclined, or a lot of them, and they not willing to work on their trucks. People who go get older trucks, like now, I can go get it. I got the confidence to go get a pre-emissions truck because I'm willing to work on it. Plus, I got a couple mechanics that I deal with. So for me, that's a pro. You know what I'm saying? If I would have knew better, that's what I would have did in the first place. But it is what it is. Liquid nitrogen, oxygen, and argon. That sounds like some bread right there, man. I might need to be trying to find out and come your way. Iowa. Let me see. Jordan Price, you say you in Iowa? What you doing? You out there running? A good pneumatic tanker company, DDP. Um, the only one that I worked for was Food Liner, and we delivered dry food, dry bulk food. Flour, cornstarch, sugar, shit like that. Um, I think Food Liner was a good company. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them now. You know what I'm saying? I worked for them going on like almost 3 years ago. When did I start? 2022. Yeah, like almost 3 years ago. So yeah, Food Liner was a pretty good company. I mean, when I first started, they was paying a $1,200 guarantee, and then when COVID came around, they had raised it up to a $1,500 guarantee. Um, but I always made more than that. You know what I'm saying? The way I was running. But Food Liner was a good company, dog. It was a good company. I appreciate them. Um, that I have to say, it's probably the company that I got my bones through is through Food Liner for real. Was able to get my weight up more with Food Liner. Um, and then plus now other companies too. You got Bocomatic and Oakley. And this is some other pneumatic trailer companies too, but them the ones I used to see all the time. So, and I say this too about food grade pneumatic trailer or even like food grade liquid tanker. You know, now I don't believe in job security. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe like food grade tanker, that's probably as close to job security. One of the divisions that you're gonna get close to is to job security in trucking as you're gonna get to. Because I remember when COVID popped off, it was a lot of trucks sitting. It was a lot of trucks sitting. People was complaining. This was before the rates had went up and everybody started coming into trucking. This was like when COVID first popped off, and people was hurting. Wasn't no trucks moving, and I remember this time because going in and out the truck stops. I'm going in the truck stop in the morning in the daytime and shit. You usually be expecting for truck parking lot to be empty. Truck parking lot still halfway full during that time because wasn't nobody moving, but we were still running. like dogs. You know what I'm saying? I think I made a little bit more money. No, yeah, yeah. Not. I think I did make more money during COVID. Like we ran. Cause why? Cause people got to eat. No matter what happens, all this other shit that we've been delivering in the trucking industry, people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So we delivering food products that everybody need. Sugar, flour, cornstarch. Just like you can't uh what is it, malt for to make beer and shit like that. Um yeah, you can't you damn near can't produce nothing without these type of food products. So everybody gotta eat. So food grade, yeah, you should look into that. But Food Liner, they was decent company, man. You know, I was told by old timers like, yeah, man, this is the type of company you come into, you retire from. I mean, I wasn't looking to do that, but they was a strong company though. You know, in any company you gonna have, you know, they gonna piss you off. It's always gonna ain't no company gonna be perfect. No company. But Food Liner was decent though, for sure. Let me see. Good. White Cheddar, man, salute to you, bro. Man, you probably was like one of the first people that had reached out to me, man, to do like an interview or some shit like that. I don't know if you know I'm anytime you want to do it, man. I know we the first time we scheduled it, man, our schedules kind of collapsed. We couldn't get around to doing it, but you know I'm here, man. Anytime you want to do that, if you still doing it, it's on me. Uh Told me monthly note. Yeah, George, yeah, man, you know what? When I was in the process of starting to look for trucks, you know, I was doing some fantasizing. Like I mean, yeah, technically I could have went and got a W9 if I wanted one, but I knew I wasn't ready for that. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I want to drive that big ass truck and the turn radius. I'm so used to driving Cascadias. I don't know if I want to. I didn't. You know, I don't know if I want to deal with the long nose shit. But I was when I was fantasizing when I was on my way to going to get a truck. I'm looking at the W9s, man. Them insides is cold. Yeah, that W9. Yeah. If I was to have a Kenworth W9, if I was to have a Kenworth W9, man, I'd probably be doing shit that I ain't supposed to be doing on the roads. You know what I'm saying? I'd definitely be. Hey, I would definitely. I would be more open to having company in my damn truck. Real talk. Cause the way them trucks lay out, man, like that bed turned into a couch. From the ones I was looking at, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, just more upgraded. But yeah, them W9s is cold though. But I don't know. At this point in time, man, like my mind just didn't change on those big boys. Maybe I don't know. It is all it's somewhere down the road. But right now, man, I'm trying to keep my overhead super low and get all the money. Yeah, that's what's up, Josh, man. Yeah, tankers is the shit, man. I didn't never think that I'd be doing tankers. To be honest with you, when I first came into the industry, I didn't want nothing to do with hazmat. Nothing. I was afraid of this shit. I didn't want to be It just sounded complicated, you know, because you got to be on point with the paperwork. You got to know these placards. It was all this extra shit. Now this shit ain't nothing to me. You know, so I've been doing it basically since the beginning of my career. You know what I'm saying? I say I worked for Swift at 5 months, and then after that, I just kind of just my journey just been specialized, and it's been specialized with hazmat and tankers. So, and it's funny, like the other day, I had just went and redid my test for my CDL, my hazmat, and I passed the test on the first try. I missed four. You can only miss 26. You can only miss 26 out of 30, so I missed four of them. Cause you know, man, you know how they be asking them questions and turning shit around. But yeah, I knocked that shit out on the first try, and I had told somebody that I had went and took that test, and they was tripping like that. Damn, you passed on the first time? I'm like, yeah. I been, you know what I'm saying? Been doing this hazmat shit for a little minute, so a lot of shit you just kind of know. You think me? You don't really know. Mass long term. Let me see. You say you didn't make the most efficient decisions when starting out. Do you think it means you don't really know too much of what to do? Nobody knows what to do when you first starting out with something that you don't know nothing about. If I ain't never been an owner operator, how would I just know everything to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about trucks. Or when I got my truck, I didn't know nothing about trucks. I didn't know nothing mechanically. I didn't understand the degree in which it's a total different world. So when people starting off on a new journey, nobody knows what they doing. You all you can do is come in and hope for the best. And you know what I'm saying? Rise to the occasion along the way, but nobody knows. Um, but obviously with this, you know what I'm saying, 3 years later, I'm still here. So obviously in real time I knew what to do. I mean I don't but I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? So Fanel Laurent, if I'm saying that right, Fanel. Or is it Fanuel? Fanuel Laurent. If I'm saying that wrong, excuse me. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Food line, the D price food line has yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to deliver a lot of sugar too, man. And sugar, you know what's funny, man? Sugar was hard work. I don't know how it is doing them pneumatic trailers in like the oil field with sand and shit like that. But I know when we used to deliver sugar, that shit was like physical. You know what I'm saying? Because when you deliver sugar, especially when it's hot outside, that humidity, the sugar will stick, and sometimes it'll crystallize on the sides of the trailer. So we always used to have rubber mallets, and when we unloading the sugar into the customer silo, man, if that sugar wasn't coming down, we used to have to bang on the side of the trailers. You know what I'm saying? And when you know the sugar that fell from the sides of the trailer when you can hear a hollow sound. And but sometimes, man, that shit used to be strenuous, man. Like I think I didn't hurt my shoulders doing this shit with sugar, specifically like flour, cornstarch, all the other products, easy. You ain't got to do all that. But with sugar, yeah, man. One place we used to deliver to that was the worst place was a Gatorade plant, Gatorade slash Pepsi plant in Indianapolis. That shit was horrible. Their system was horrible. That shit was horrible, man. I don't miss this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That part, like that shit right there, I don't miss this shit because they had a real sensitive system. Sometimes we'll be sitting up there unloading sugar for like 3 hours when really in a whole lot of other places it's about like an hour, hour and a half, or hour and a half the most. But yeah, sugar. Yeah, I don't miss that part. Banging on the side of the trailer with the rubber mallet. I mean, I'm talking about like really banging on that shit. Cause sometimes that sugar wouldn't come down. If you knock on the, you know what I'm saying? Once you once you get the experience, you just know how that trailer is unloading. So if you knock on the side of that trailer with that mallet and you don't hear no echo, you know it's sugar still caked up. So you got to keep beating that shit down. It's man, yeah, I don't miss that shit. I don't miss that. But it was a great experience though, man. It was. I'm glad I got that experience. Who said something about lot lizards? Lot lizards. Who said something about lot lizards? I'm trying to. Hey, you know what's funny? Speaking of speaking of lot lizards, I've never really seen no lot lizards since I've been out here. Over 8 years, I've never had nobody knocking my door. I don't really be seeing them like that, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear people talk about Memphis, what Atlanta. I never seen no lot lizards, but I did meet one when I was in training, when I was a rookie. This was at the this was at a TA in Morris, Illinois, off I-80, and I just remember I can't remember if I was going to the actual going inside the truck stop or if I was coming out, but in the parking lot as I'm coming and going or whatnot, it was a chick in a trench coat. She was in a brown trench coat. You know, this woman was of European descent. I can't. Her face was decent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. She wasn't no dime or nothing like that. But she didn't look. She didn't look like no lizard though. She looked put together. I just remember she had long black hair, a trench coat on, and the cleavage was. Yeah, that shit was looking right. Like she was looking right. Like she didn't look nothing like these other lot lizards like they be showing on YouTube. They be looking all raggedy and shit. She didn't look nothing like that. Like she looked like she had some reputation, some representation behind her. And I remember she just walked up and she asked me did I have a light for a cigarette or whatnot. So, but the way that she did it, you know, she did it all seductively and shit. Like she was real smooth about it. Like I see what she was doing. She was trying to get me to start a conversation with her, but I wasn't on that. But in my head, like, hey, you look all right. She looked all right. I ain't even gonna lie. But as far as lot lizards though, man, I never seen them. I never really seen them. I don't see them like that, to be honest with you. Like I said before in another video, places I be going, man, I don't be seeing nothing exciting, dog. The way that I run, ever since I've been in hazmat tanker, I don't really be having time to explore. I don't have time to do shit. We in and out, in and out. So all that exciting shit that y'all be seeing, I don't be seeing this shit. Uh Julian Baldetti, did I have to retake the hazmat? Yeah, I had to retake the hazmat test. Yeah. Um, cause my shit, yeah, my license finna expire what in 2 weeks, in less than 2 weeks. So yeah, I had to retake the test. That's all I had to do. I didn't have to go to no school or nothing. I don't know if it's because I already had my hazmat because it was a renewal or if it's the state that I live in, but I didn't have to go because I think when you do hazmat, you can't just read hazmat in the CDL book no more. It's like you got to go to some type of specialized class or take some course. I ain't had to do that. All I had to do was go to the license bureau, take my test, do the little eye test, and you know, pay your fee. That's about it. But you got to go get re-fingerprinted too before when you go renew your license. How often do you have to take? Let's talk trucking. How often do you have to take the hazmat test? I think every 5 years. Cause my shit 2025. When did I get my hazmat? Yeah, I got my hazmat. When the hell? I'm really trying to think. When did I get my hazmat? 2018. Man, what did I do? And I think it's every 4 years. If I'm not mistaken, it might be every 4 years. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Or you know what I'm saying? You can use ChatGPT. Google that shit. You have to tell you how often. How you know? Corey P, shout out to you, bro. Is having fluctuating checks. OTR company driving normal. Why am I still getting $800 checks and I'm OTR? I get a $1,700 check as well, but it's up and down. Um, do you know the miles that you running? Let me think. You know what? It was like that. It was like that a lot when I first started off with Swift. Now, with Swift, I ain't never seen no $1,700 check. You know, I was like I said, I was only with them for 5 months. Um, shit, I was trying to get an $800 check with Swift, starting off as a rookie. But all I can say is, in my experience with that, with the shit fluctuating like that, um, what about you got what you know what I'm saying? It's all about the miles that you running. You know what I'm saying? And we know shippers and receivers, they mess your time up. Anything that can get in the way of your time and messing your miles up, I mean, that can be a factor. But I mean, do you know how many miles that you running? Um, hmm, that's a good question, man. That question, I mean, how long you been in the game? Um, that's a good question because my shit when I was with Swift, it was fluctuating. But the next company that I got on with that was going OTR region or whatnot was Food Liner, and my checks was you know what I'm saying. I mean, they didn't really fluctuate like that because we got the guarantees. Like I say, when I first started the Food Liner, we got a $1,200 guarantee. That was in 2018 when I started with Food Liner. Then um, when COVID came, they rose it up to 1,500. So the money was pretty steady, man. Like I know with me, I say it like this, because I don't know what the issue could be. I don't know if you switching dispatchers or what, but I just know with me and every company that I work for, even with Swift Food Line and where I'm at now, one thing that I've realized and I learned, like if you just be patient, like, cause you can be hungry and you can be like trying to force people to give you loads and shit, and I just always went with the flow because you got to realize it's people that was there before you. So you, if you a newcomer, I'm not saying that you knew. Like I don't know what position that you at, but how long you been at the company that you at. But a lot of times, man, it's like you got to prove yourself to the dispatchers or your driver manager or who whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta prove yourself with the way that you run, and then after a while, your shit'll get consistent. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta be patient. But I'm only saying that because I noticed this has been the pattern for me in every company that I work for, even with Swift. Starting out, and once I start, you know what I'm saying, getting I'm running. They see I can run, and then that's when I get offered a dedicated route, a dedicated Costco run. That was love, and I only did 2 deliveries, and by that time, um, yeah, I had too many preventable incidents, too many fender benders, like 3 of them within 5 months' time. They had to get me up out of there. So, but even same thing with Food Line. Once I got in the groove, I stayed. I had the shit that I was running. I stayed running. Same thing right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily buddy buddy with my DM, but we have a great rapport. We have great communication. Like he already know. I got about like 6, 7 places that I run to in rotation. You know what I'm saying? So, but it took me time to build that relationship. I don't know if if that would help you. I don't know if that would help. Oh, okay, D Price. Oh shit. I probably seen you up there. I used to work at Indiana Sugars and Gary Food Line, tankers and Bocas everywhere. Yeah. I done definitely picked up out of there quite a few times when I was with Food Liner. Yep. Hell yeah, for sure. Let me see. Orlando Body Sculpting. Should we give 2 weeks notices? Your thoughts? Um, that's a good question, man. You know what? When I left Full Liner, wait a minute, hold on. Before I went to Full Liner, I was with a company called Cycle. If I can remember, I think I gave them a 2 week notice because they put me back in the game before, after Swift. So I definitely think I gave them a 2 week notice for sure. Full Liner, I didn't give them no 2 week notice. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I didn't give them no 2 week notice because I was trying to be an owner op with them. I had already well put it hold on, let me rewind it back. Even before I got a truck, when I was doing pneumatic, I was trying to get over to the liquid tanker side, which is another division of Full Liner that's called um Quest Liner. If you see tankers that say Quest Liner, that's all under the same company. Um so I was trying to get over to the tanker side because I was already making my transition and getting into liquid tankers. And I went and talked to my terminal manager, man. He didn't want to let me. He acted like he didn't want me to go to that side or go into another board because I would have been leaving his board. So I'm not gonna sit up here and toot my horn and say like, yeah, I was the best driver, but yeah, I definitely was one of those people who he was able to depend on. Um, so you know what I'm saying? I took that as a compliment and shit, but it's like, hey, man, you trying to stifle my progress. So I let it slide. Probably about a year and a half went by. Um, Now I did ask them about a lease. I never did a lease, but I did ask them, and they was just moving slow, man. Then I just started making other preparations. I went and got my truck. You know what I'm saying? I didn't quit them when I got my truck, but once I got my truck and I started making moves and basically make a long story short, I told them like, hey, I have a truck. I want to be an owner operator. I'm giving y'all a chance to be an owner operator with y'all shit. They was dragging their feet. Company that I'm with now, business. I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. A lot of people in the industry say don't leave them. Don't some people say don't give nobody no 2 weeks notice because these companies don't care about you or they'll turn on you as soon as you tell them you don't want to work for them no more. I don't know. I don't know, dog. I say like this, man. If you know what I'm saying, just make sure you whatever you do, you leave in good standing. Take their truck back to their property, record the shit if you got to, so can't nobody be putting, you got some proof that you returned the shit. But I don't know. Then I heard somebody else say, I don't know, dog. It's tricky, man. It's tricky. It's tricky. Unless who was I listening to? I think matter of fact, I was listening to what's the old girl name? Her name Lady Luck. She got a channel, so she was interviewing a veteran truck driver, and I think he was saying don't you don't got to give them 2 weeks, but don't quit on them either. He was like saying like make up some type of excuse, tell them you sick or you gotta you have to take off for a while because you had an illness or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To give a soft landing because yeah, a lot of times they say if you give them 2 weeks, they'll find some way to screw you over, and if you just quit on them, they'll still find some way to try to screw you over. So I don't know. I don't know, but I know when I left Food Liner, I gave them a notice, but it wasn't 2 weeks though. Spirit Rush, they being heavy and Memphis heavy. Yeah, I don't think I ever stayed at because I always hear about the loves in Memphis. If I've been there, it ain't no place that I've been on the regular. It's the real spill. Some 304s fine. I believe it. I believe it. That, like I say, that one that I seen in Moores, Illinois, she was decent as hell. Like I say, her face card was straight, but sometimes you don't a woman don't all the time have to have the dime piece face to be fine. Like it can just be her overall presence to just make her sexy. You know what I'm saying? This woman was sexy as hell. She was sexy. I'll never forget this shit. And to a degree, I'm like, damn, I wish I kind of was on that type of time. Shit. Yeah, she was all right. She didn't look raggedy at all. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she had her shit right. Every 5 years for the hazmat or CDL. Yeah. Highway Kurt, man, I went and got my passenger's endorsement and they took my hazmat from me. What the hell? What is passenger's endorsement? I don't know about that. Passenger's endorsement. What's that's like probably like driving buses and shit like that. Greyhound. To shout out my tanker yanker. I don't know. He said me too in 2017. I don't know if that was referring to somebody else or me. Shanice Turner, how you doing, baby? Yeah, yeah. This is first time going live. I've never went live before. I was just sitting up here chilling, just bullshitting, seeing what y'all was on. Uh, see what y'all 4th of July weekend looking like. I don't know. You know what? Am I the only person that noticed? Maybe I know a lot of y'all is younger than me, but people that's my age, I'm in my early 40s, so people that might be my age or up in age. I don't know if it's just no, it's not just me, dog. It just seemed like shit from my childhood to now, a lot of shit just dead. Like, now I didn't get to do nothing for the 4th yesterday because I got home like 9 o'clock. I went, took a shower, went to sleep. I had to get up early this morning to handle some business. But I remember a couple years ago, I was in my hometown. And I remember me and my brother, we had to leave out the house and go make a couple runs. I think we went to go get something to eat or not, something like that. But this in the daytime, 4th of July. I don't hear no fireworks. Ain't no fireworks during the day. But when we was kids, we was popping fireworks and firecrackers, well, firecrackers really all day. I don't know if y'all remember, man. I don't even know if they still sell them. I'm pretty sure they do. The Black Cats, back in the day, that used to be the shit to be able to go get you a brick of Black Cats or a brick or whatever firecrackers they had. But I remember the Black Cats, $5 a brick. Yo, we used to be popping firecrackers all day. And then when the nighttime came and you see the fireworks, man, I don't know. It just seemed like this shit just didn't got quiet, man. As the years went on, like, yeah, a lot of shit didn't change. Corey P, 60 cent, 61 cent per mile. I'm with Oakley Transport. Okay. So you do tanker. You do tanker? Cause I could have swore I thought Oakley from what I know, Oakley, unless you're talking about a different Oakley. But the Oakley that I knew of, the tanker company, they they did the same thing as Food Liner. Call it? Guaranteed pay. A lot of one thing that I noticed, like, see, I can't really tell people about a whole bunch of companies because I never worked for a whole bunch of companies. I only worked for one food grade tanker company. But one thing that I do generally know about these companies in different sectors in trucking, each division, those companies, they paying competitive price, competitive wages, so they all doing the same shit. So just like Food Liner was giving out guarantees at that time, I remember Oakley was paying guarantees too, because I remember it was an older guy that I met at a stop at one of the customers, and he was trying to recruit me to Oakley. And at the time, Food Liner was still only paying 1,200. Oakley was paying 1,300, and he was trying to recruit me and shit. But I really wasn't going. But yeah, I don't know if you're working for that Oakley, if you're doing tankers or what. Do they take people, Orlando Body Sculpting, do they take people with 1 year experience? But my job here at Covenant got me only doing driving. If you asking about Food Liner, yeah, hell yeah. Do they take people with 1 year experience? I got all my endorsement, but my job here at Covenant got me only doing dry van. Get out of that, bro. You got your experience. That's really, in all honesty, now I'm thinking about it, now that we talking, that's what you, if you come in the game, if you come in the game doing dry van, okay, if you got to do that to get your bones up, then cool. I mean, I would always say come in looking forward to something that's specialized. But Food Liner, they took me, let me see. Well, yeah, I had over a year experience, but I didn't have no experience with pneumatic tankers. They train me. They'll train you. You have driving experience. They would train you. Um, shit. If I was you, I'd be trying to go. I'll go to Food Liner or any one of those companies and get in liquid. If I was you, now that you asking, no work. Well, the only work you got to do in liquid tankers is you got to pull hoses. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a truck and you doing liquid tanker. You got hoses on the back of on the rack on the back of your tractor. And some places you go to, you might have to use them hoses, and you got to connect hoses. That can be a little work, but it ain't it ain't nothing. Trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it. But hell yeah, Orlando Body Sculpting, yeah, hell yeah. Food Line. I know at the time they took me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I had a little bit over a year experience, and yeah, you know what I'm saying, with the shit from that I had going on from Swift. So yeah, go looking at them. Last social. Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. Yeah, man. It's a long way. A long way. And that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things that I enjoy about doing content for this channel, man, just to let people know, man, like it's a journey. Like if you really trying to build something up out this truck and you really trying to get something up out of this, and you feel like this something that you know what I'm saying, you see yourself messing with for a minute, like it's a journey, dog. Uh and I just share my testimony because just to let people know, like, if you done made some mistakes, man, it ain't gotta be the end of the world. As long as you ain't out here rolling shit over, you killing people, you know what I'm saying? But most people, well, I don't know if it's all, you know what I'm saying, but most people, man, when we learning how to drive these trucks, we hitting shit. Some people try to act like they ain't never tapped nothing. Um, but just like when I got fired from Swift, I wasn't mad at Swift. I was not mad at Swift because they teach us in school, goal, get out and look, GOAL. Each one of those preventable incidents, I could have got out and looked. Couldn't blame nobody but myself. So that's another reason, you know what I'm saying, why I talk about this shit too, man. The more you take accountability, man, the more you gonna take responsibility. for what you doing out here. Cause I ain't, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time, man, sometimes I think, we know trucking can be rough, you know, this shit can get to us sometime and bad days and all that. But man, most of the time, man, trucking been smooth and or for me, it's been pretty smooth, besides the BS. But I appreciate having my CDL. I appreciate having my hazmat. Cause I remember when I got fired from Swift, man, I thought it was over. So I know how I feel to be on the inside and then get placed on the outside. Y'all remember that cartoon, that old cartoon, the Flintstones? Wilma put Fred out and he outside banging on the door trying to get back in for that old school shit. But that's how I felt when I got fired from Swift, man. I thought it was over with, man. I really had my hopes and dreams tied up in the expectations of making my way through trucking. And once they got me up out of here, man, I thought it was over. So like I know how like SAP drivers feel and people who had to go through shit for that type of stuff. Your CDL is in jeopardy and all that, and trying to get back into the game. I know how that shit feel, dog. I know how I feel. Now I don't know how I feel to be in a SAP program, but I just know how I feel to feel like, you know what I'm saying, the shit was just taken from me. I know how that feel. And that's why now I appreciate the shit even more. It's like, damn, I have came a long way. Uh, done fine Lanka. If I had to start over, I work as a yard jockey first for a few months. That sound, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. But you know what? A lot of us would do shit different if we had to start all over. But yeah, hell yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Cause about time when you get out there on the road and you get to parking in the truck stops, you already got that backing down straight. So that makes sense. Hell yeah. MMB clips is hard. Shout out to you. It's hard to get someone to pay for my CDL at 19. I thought you can only get your CDL at 21. Um, yeah, I thought you could only get your CDL at 21. But last I knew, working for an Amazon fulfillment center, you work for them for a year as a full-time employee, they'll pay for your shit. But I don't know if they got that same program. This the program they had back in 2016. But I used to work for them. That's a whole nother story. But Amazon do offer to pay for your shit if you work for them for a year. I know that's how it was then. You had to look into it. Um, yeah. I don't know where you live at. I know, what I'm saying. I don't know what the like the office you got to go to for unemployment. Like I know out here in Indiana, it's called Workforce One or Work One, and you go there for your unemployment, and they'll help you. Well, they supposed to help get you funding to pay for your CDL. I went through them too when I was in Indianapolis, doing this bullshit for like 2 months, dog. Going back and forth, taking tests, writing essays, doing a bunch of bureaucratic BS, just for them to tell me about at the end of 2 months that they didn't have no funding for me. So about time that happened, that's when I just started calling. I remember I called Swift and I called Prime, and I went with Swift because they had a terminal in Gary, Indiana, which is close to the crib. So and that was history. But yeah, you might see, you know what I'm saying? Whatever office y'all program, the unemployment office, wherever you at, see if you can get some funding through them and or you Amazon. But other than that, I don't really know nobody else that'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you go get the money and save up for it to drive a bus, city highway curb to drive. But okay, I figured it was something like that. bus. Corey P. Yeah, Oakley tanker with a few hazmat run. Okay, okay. They don't Corey P. They don't pay guaranteed pay. I could have swore unless they changed it. Unless they changed it. Yeah, I could have swore Oakley was giving had guaranteed pay. Thought about buying a cash truck, replacing all the part piece by piece while your current. Shout out to Deuce the Truth. You ever thought about buying a cash truck and replacing all the parts piece by piece while your current truck is running just to have as a backup? Damn, you know what? Yeah, I sort of thought about that, but like how you saying it right now, that's a good idea. It'll still be down the road. You know what I'm saying? We still tightening shit up around here. My truck been letting me make some money, just paying off some debts, being able to, man, yeah, man. I had a nice piece of change, a debt with the IRS and the Department of Revenue, Indiana Department of Revenue, probably like, shh, man, probably like $14,000, man, in back taxes. Now down to 1,500. I could pay that shit off, but we just pacing and just what I'm saying, knocking this out, knocking that out, trying to do the Dave Ramsey approach. Uh, knocking shit out little by little, the snowball effect. But when I was paying them debts off, man, I was getting 4 letters a month, two from the IRS and two from the Indiana Department of Revenue, and the two of each. One of them was for the business, one of them was for personal taxes. So you got that for the IRS, and then you got business, personal taxes for the Department of Revenue. So I'm getting 4 letters a month. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just letting me know that my statement is coming up on what I got to pay, and I was just knocking that shit out, man. Just knocking that shit out. But yeah, that would be. You know what? That's a good idea though, man. We gonna see what my truck gonna do. You know, as of right now, man, I'm real anal about my maintenance. Like I stay on my maintenance, tough. Like I used to let I used to do my PMs like between 15 and 20 miles, 20,000 miles. I don't even wait no more. At 10. As soon as I get to 10, all depending on where I'm at. But pretty much once I'm getting to 10,000 miles, oil change, PM, whatever my mechanic or whatever else need to be addressed, I'm on it. Like I ain't even fucking playing with it. I'm treating this freight shaker like it is a P. That's how I'm treating it. I need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very spiritual person, so I feel like what you put into something is what you gonna get back. So you know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm putting my all into this truck, and in the future, I probably will do that. Give me a cash truck, and yeah, that's a damn good idea. That's a damn good idea. I never looked at it like that though. I always looked at it like when I get a next truck, but not having the truck that I got in mind. Like I'm gonna run this truck that I got till the wheels fall off. That's how I was always thinking. But hey, you know what I'm saying? If a person take care of their truck, I believe your shit'll last. I don't know if anybody familiar with a OG content creator truck in the industry named SoCal, but I remember SoCal said this shit, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? Your truck is only as good as the money that you got to put behind it. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Just because you might buy a truck, right? You might go get a truck from somewhere and something go wrong with it, especially like a death problem. Death issues don't mean that your truck is trash. The death or the after treatment system is two total different things. It's a total different thing from the engine. Yeah, having death issues and death problems, that's gonna slow your shit up. But that don't mean that the engine is trash. Like I can tell you for a fact, that DD15, man, that's a reliable engine. That's a great engine, dog. The only problems I had to get a fuel injector one time, but other than that, I ain't had no engine problems, no motor, none of that shit. Just after treatment system problems. So I'm gonna make this truck last as long as I can. But in the meanwhile, when shit get up, you know what? I might end up and fuck around and do that. But I'm trying to think. I do think like, damn, what truck would I want to get? You know what I'm saying? Is it something that I want to make a project, or do I just want to stick to something basic and just get the money? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see. Uh, J Hop 98, what's good with you, family? Fam, I need an end frame, but it's gonna take everything. I was thinking of doing company. J Hop 98, fam, I need an end frame, but it's gonna take everything. I was thinking of doing company for 6 months to a year. If that's what you gotta do, then do it, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Um, I I would rather you go ahead. I don't know if you still driving the truck, but I think that'll probably be a good idea. If you know that's what you need and you know it's gonna be rough trying to do the owner operator shit, nah, just you know what I'm saying? That's part of being a boss is the two is knowing when to hold them and when to fold them. So yeah, go back to work, stack your bread up, and just come back to it. This shit ain't over. It's never over. Cortez or Cortez. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. You say, "What's up, G? Have you ever thought about driving box truck or cargo vans on the on the outside?" Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of us, a lot of us, when we start off in these rigs, man, we kind of prejudiced towards other shit, man. We kind of, so I ain't got nothing against box truck, a cargo van. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I never thought about it. Never thought about it. Like a box truck, even though I drove a box truck, but even when I was driving, even when I drove a box truck, I couldn't wait to get back in the rig. I'm just one of the people, man, who like being in the rig. And honestly, I think with a smooth operation, I don't really know too much about box truck cargo vans, but I think once you get your shit lined up and you got you a nice oil money making machine, you got your however you running, whatever you doing, I think that shit is way cheaper. The overhead is cheaper than maintaining a rig for sure. But no, I never thought about cargo van. Never thought about it. I think it's gonna be 18 wheeler till I die, till I put it up. Uh, Michael Smith, what do you think about refrigerated freight? I don't really know too much about it. Only time I ever did refrigerated is when I was in training with Swift. Even when I had a trainer, I trained on the Costco route. So that's probably the only thing I know about refrigerated. I don't really have to. The only thing I remember about refrigerated is you got to put fuel in the trailer too. That's I don't really know too much about refrigerated. No. Mob Tanker Yank. I went through Swift and had to go to C1. Yep, that's why I went. Decent school. hmm Same place I went. Just Marco, man. Shout out to you, man. What up, fam? Appreciate you being more consistent with the videos lately. We noticed, bro. Keep going. Oh, for sure, man. Uh, you, bro. You know why it's so easy I ain't gonna say it's easy, but man, the reason why a lot of truckers can that make content and be consistent, man, is we ain't got nothing but time on the road. That's all we doing is thinking. That's it. And I don't necessarily get lonely on the road, but it be shit that we be wanting to talk about, especially being an owner operator. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk to somebody about your problems. You can't talk to people that don't, you know what I'm saying, in your personal life too much about your problems, especially being an owner operator, especially when you got your own truck. You know what I'm saying? Somebody they barely, people when we talk about our problems, somebody might be like, yeah, man, I had to pay X amount of dollars for a battery, or I had to get an alternator. People having $100 problems, but when you got your own truck, you having thousands of problems for thousands of dollars. Don't nobody want to hear about that you just paid $10,000 for something, or 5,000. Don't a lot of people don't even have that type of money. So a lot of us we be needing some type of platform, and is even for me, it's easier to talk to people on here about trucking because either people that want to learn, and it's people that already know what I'm talking about. So to come up with content, it's kind of easy, fam. Cause it ain't really nothing like I have to go out of my way to think about. I'm just really just sitting up here just chopping it up, really. Corey P. What spot do you think would be better? Dallas, Louisville, ATL, or Indy? Which spot do you believe have more opportunity for a trucker, local regional tank driver? No, they just switched the pay scale. That's some bullshit. Well, 61. So let me see. So 61 cent per mile. Let's just say the average. I don't know what you running. I was probably running about 3,000 miles. So 61. That's what. That's over 1,500. Yeah, that's over 1,500 a week. But man, I don't like that. I don't like that they switch. So I'm pretty so food liner. I don't know. You know what? If you get a chance, look up food liner and see um what they pay scale is. If they still got a guarantee. But I don't like that. I don't like that they switched it. That's some bullshit. Cause that's the only thing that made this shit worthwhile was shit being guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You got that guaranteed pay scale, and you can make more if you want, depending on how you run it. But as far as you know, I heard somebody say that it's a lot of lows. It's a lot of shit coming up out of Dallas. Um, I don't really know about them spots tanker wise. Um, well, ATL, Louisville. That's a damn good question. But what I do know up here where I'm at, Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, this a hub. This a hub for tankers. This a hub for trucking. Period. You know, this isn't. You know what I'm saying? The area. Most people they ain't. People ain't trying to move to Chicago, and don't nobody want to move to Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody trying to move. People trying to move out of this area. But shit, to put yourself in a position to be able to get to the money and have opportunity when it come to trucking, the Rust Belt is where it's at. CPM. Yeah, that's some bullshit right there, man. They took away the guaranteed pay. I don't like the sound of that, bro. I don't like the sound of that. So I know you delivering sugar then. You doing sugar. So that mean you know what I mean when I say you gotta be beating on the side of them trailers and shit, and you sweating, arms hurt. Mm, that's cold blooded, man. Chris Moody. Goddamn. Damn state income tax is a scam. Glad I'm in Texas. Hell yeah, this shit is a scam. I'm paying state taxes, and I-70 in between Ohio and Indianapolis is one of the worst damn highways in the country. The worst. Man, that highway is terrible. They working on it, but that shit is terrible. So you want me to pay taxes while this road is destroying my truck? I'm talking about if you coming through Ohio, coming to Indiana, soon as you get past that welcome to Indiana sign, the road change immediately. That shit is horrible. You're right. That shit is a goddamn scam. I thought about writing them a goddamn letter. You know, I don't give a damn about that political shit, but that for that, I thought about writing the governor a letter about that. Like, come on, man. You know, y'all hounding us for taxes and all this shit. But you're right. Yeah, I believe it. J5, I'm in Swift right now. Third week of training on flatbed. We been getting a lot of miles in. That's good. That's good, man. Keep it going. Stay down. Shanice, I just resigned from Stevens Transport as a lease operator a few days ago. I'm about to be regional doing intermodal with Schneider. Prayerfully, it's much more profitable all around. I hope it is too. Um, I never really, I heard about Steve Transport. I never really heard nothing bad about them, but I don't really know too much about them either. Um, but hey, if you had to bounce, you had to do what you had to do. Um, I hope it work out for you too. Definitely, definitely. Hold on, oh, I see. You say I'm definitely a steering wheel holder as a feminine woman, but I want the owner op money. I'm gonna need a good mechanic when that time comes. Man, let me tell you something. We all, well, I don't say we all. I'm not gonna say it. Let me take that back. I know I was a steering wheel holder for sure. The only thing I practicing safety, getting to your low places on time and shit like that. I took pride in that and driving and learning how to be safe along the way. But as far as like getting my hands dirty, hell no. Not until I got my own truck. Not until I got my own truck. And the game changed. And one of my worst experiences is one of my best experiences. You know, uh, when I had to change a starter on my truck, it was out in the rain. It was raining. It was a Sunday. It rained all day that particular day, all day. It was like 40, between 40 and 50 degrees. But you know, when it's chilly outside and it's raining and you just out there, you gonna start. I started feeling like I was having hypothermia. Like after a while, I was shaking, so I would have to keep going in and out my car. I had to keep my car running to stay warm. I literally was shaking the whole day, and then I got to crawl from the back of the truck to crawl under the truck. It was ugly. It was ugly. I felt like I was some parts of me doing that shit. It felt like Saving Private Ryan in World War II. Like man, oh my god! But you know what? I'm so thankful for that experience because now I feel like I can approach everything. I'm not saying that I can work and fix everything, but it just gave me confidence to mess with my diesel. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I'd be able to work on a diesel engine, and you can too. If that's what you really want to do, a woman can also, a woman can do shit too. It's just a matter of just having the tools, because most of the shit on these trucks, it ain't nothing but replacing parts. Most of your issues ain't nothing but replacing. So long as you got gloves, you got you some good tools. Um, and yes, I've invested in tools. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of work on my truck. I need to start recording. Like I got to start upgrading on my camera game, just to what I'm saying, get people more involved. Because I don't be recording when I be working on shit, which I need to be doing. Just making shit more interesting. But eventually I'm gonna start doing that. But yeah, as a woman, you don't got to be afraid to. I mean, yeah, as a woman, I wouldn't expect a woman to get out there and work on her own truck. So yeah, you gonna need to find you some good mechanics off top. But it might be some times to where you might have to deal with some inconveniences with your truck. And if you can do that shit right then and there, if you can fix that shit and save yourself time and money, you will. All it's gonna take is for you to fix something one time, and you're gonna be hooked. Like, man, I can do this shit. Watch, but you'll get there one day. You'll see what I'm talking about. Done found Lanka. Owner operators need to find a Saul Goodman type account with years of experience. There's always more loopholes to save money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You know what? One day I'm gonna meet that person. One day I'm gonna meet that person. I'm gonna figure it out. Um, I don't know if you when you say Saul Goodman, I don't know if you mean like that, like towards taxes or whatnot. But one day I'll meet that person. Chicago's very own. Salute to you, bro. Spirit Rush, 18 wheelers to the death. Yeah. Day cab, drive in, regional. I'm not working myself to death. Yeah. Hell yeah. Uh, when I did, uh, what the hell is that? When I did, let me see. It's my damn battery finna die. Let me see if my shit is. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I did, Can y'all hear me now? Damn, can y'all hear me now? Damn, my bad. I ain't even. Ah, okay, okay. You know what? My battery finna die in a few minutes, so I had plugged up my USB, and for some reason it plugs up to the car, and I lost my sound. Okay, okay. So now I know. Okay. Yeah, my bad, y'all. My bad. I'm sitting up. Damn, I'm sitting up here talking and just talking. See, y'all going off on me. Yeah, I'm new to. Damn, bro. Yeah, y'all got people that got on up out of here too. It's all good though. Before let me go down to the bottom. Yeah, well, okay, Shanice. The last question I actually was addressing you. You said you can change a mud flap and a light bulb. I was saying that's a start. Like changing a mud flap, that'll prevent you from getting a DOT violation. So you can save yourself. That's a start. Um, yeah, man, my bad, y'all. Like I said, I'm still getting used to this live shit. I don't. And then I got these options on the side. I don't know what none of this shit is. I don't know what none of this is. I don't even know how to get moderators. I don't want to press the wrong button. I'm still learning this shit, man. Let me see. Okay, let me go up. I'm in Chicago chasing the bad, not on the operator. Yep. The best friend ever. Shout out to you. Yep. Okay, okay. Yeah, man, I was just getting out here, man, touching down with y'all, man. Y'all out on the road? Who out there on the road, man? And y'all off? Did y'all get to enjoy y'all 4th of July yesterday? Mm. Hey, I'm finna get ready to go to Florida Monday. Go to Pompano Beach. Doing something different, man. My homegirl, she be doing a lot of traveling around the country. I mostly past 5 years I've been going out the country. But I told myself, man, I'm gonna start doing shit in my own country. Just you know what I'm saying? While I'm here, because it just the way I want to move. This is part of the sacrifice when you got your own truck and when you know what I'm saying. You trying to build your shit up. I can't like when I travel out the country. I like to be gone for 2 weeks to a month. That's how I like to move. It's not gonna make sense to be trying to move like that on a consistent basis right now. So I gotta go ahead and find and just be cool and you know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to enjoy life in the moment instead of always trying to plan shit. So that's why I'm going to Florida with my homegirl and her cousin. And well these two two chicks who I grew up with basically. Um but yeah, we gonna have a ball, man. See what it do. Corey Peter, the rear wheel drive. I don't know if that's good out here in the snow. I think the best thing for the winter time is 4-wheel drive because I think you could possibly do a lot of fishtailing with the rear wheel drive. I think that's what I've heard. Yeah, I don't think I really heard too much good. I could be mistaken, but I think the 4-wheel drive is better. Yeah, just Marco. Yeah, I was sitting up here having a whole conversation, wasn't talking about shit. Creative K said, I know you've mentioned in your videos that when you bought a truck, it was bad timing. What are your thoughts on purchasing a truck in this current climate? I think it's a great time to buy a truck. Hands down. Hands down. Like I say, well, I said this before. Like I wasn't depending on this administration to just make trucking great overnight again, but it's been some cool momentum. It's been some cool momentum. You know what I'm saying? Going in the direction of benefiting people in this industry. Um, as far as the prices, oh shit, yeah, my shit finna get ready to die in about a few minutes. I probably got about 5 more minutes. But as far as prices, yes, this is a good time. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Usually I'm kind of open ended about certain shit like that. But I'm just gonna go ahead. And I'm gonna double down on it. Yeah, this is a good time to get a truck. Better than the time that I got my truck. Better wait. Yeah, yeah. This is a good time to get a truck. Yep. Because you know what I'm saying. Some people are saying that trucking is looking like it's, you know what I'm saying. It's on the up and up. I'm seeing people saying that. But we ain't had no boom. It ain't been no boom to where it's like, okay, now you got more people trying to come back in the truck, and the people who left trying to come back and all that. You start having that, then that's when truck prices gonna go up. So right now, yes, it's a great time to get you a truck. How you want to get a truck, that's on you. But this is a good time to get a truck, though. I ain't gonna hold you up. Just Marco, next time you swing by the shy, you know what? I don't know if you're talking to somebody else. If you talking to me, I already know about Chicago pizza. I always had home run in frozen. I never had it in a restaurant. But you know who I rock with the most? I rock with Illuminati's. But what I keep hearing everybody talk about, everybody keep talking about Italian Fiesta. I still ain't had Italian Fiesta. Still ain't had it. I don't know. Maybe when we come back from Florida on our way back, we might go get some Italian Fiesta. Cause I keep hearing about it. But the pizza place that I've been rocking with, Illuminati's, Connie's Pizza. Connie's Pizza pretty good. You know, that's another frozen pizza, but they got a restaurant like, I know the Connie's that I've went to a few times. It's not too far from Chinatown. So yeah, yeah, I know about Chicago style pizza. I ain't never had the home run in a restaurant, but one day I'm gonna have to go check it out though. The people that best friend ever, the people that can't speak English is out of here. That's what they saying. We'll see. We'll see. Sunnyside Solutions, Riccabini's. Hell yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Every so often, make me a nice little late night run. Go straight to Ricky Beans. Hell yeah, yeah. That's the spot. That's the spot for sure. You know what else used to be my spot too? It used to be. It's still there, but I don't like what they did with the time. It used to be Jim's Original over there off the expressway, off Roosevelt. What is that? Is that University Park? That area. You know what I'm saying? They used it. That whole little college area, what they call University Park. It used to be called Jewtown years ago. Then they, switched it all up. But yeah, I used to go to their gyms. Grew up going to their gyms. They got the gyms and the Maxwell over there. Used to go to there all the time. And I don't know, man. They kind of pissed me off because that shit was 24 hours my whole life, dog. Then just recently, a couple years ago, somebody got to complaining and they changed the hours. So I think the hot dog stand they close like at 12 or 1 o'clock or something like that in the morning. Like that's some BS, man. For anybody that's up in here from Chicago, man, y'all politicians, man. I don't like what they doing with y'all city, dog. Even when that last time I was out there a few weeks ago, downtown, like even looking at the storefront, like, oh shit. Yeah, even looking at it's a lot of empty storefronts, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like I love Chicago, even though I'm not from Chicago, but Chicago is a dope city, man, but this shit slowly starting to change. And you just had this shit that just happened a few days ago in River North, like River North. That ain't supposed to happen. But in the past 10, 15 years, man, a lot of shit been going up north, downtown, in places to where you just would never imagine shit would be happening there. So I don't know, man. I hope I love Chicago, man. I hope they can get it together, man. Sunnyside. So many people that died there at the gyms. Bro, I've been going there. Maybe shit was happening on times that I wasn't going, but bro, I didn't. I've been going there for so long. I never seen none pop off over there. Never. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You said so many people that died over there. That's why. Mm, that's messed up. I never really heard of too much, man. You know the only thing that threw me off around over there, man. I started seeing a lot of rats. Cause you know when you pull up on that street, it's a one way. So you got the stands on your right side, and then you got the trees and the bushes on your left side. And I remember one day, just one day, I think I was eating a polar saucer. You know, you bite on the gristle and shit like that, and you throw that shit out. I threw that shit out, man. A rat comes out the bushes and started nibbling on the gristle that I took out, that I threw out of my mouth. And yeah, that shit blew me. Shit blew me. But other than that, you know, I ain't never seen nothing wild like that over there. Ricky Dean's, is that in Indy? I live in Michigan, about to drive to Indy. No, it's called Rico Beans. Ricka Beans, I think that's how you say it, Shanice. Ricka Beans is in Chicago. Oh, you say you finna drive to Indy. You know, I don't know if anybody know about it, but it's this spot in Indy called Fat Dan's Wings. The best wings I ever had in my life. The best wings. I still ain't. You know what? I haven't really tried out too many wing places in Chicago. I got to look up more. But in Indianapolis, Fat Dan's, the best wings I ever had in my life. Make sure y'all look that up. Fat Dan's. But yeah, man. Man, do this more, man. This was cool, man. When I get some time, sit around, go live with y'all, man. Chop it up. But I ain't really on too much, man. I'm finna get to the crib and gotta wash clothes and clean up and all this shit. Happy Wings. Yeah, we definitely okay. Happy Wings. Happy Wings. Is they better than Is they better than Wing Spot? A Wing Stop? Okay, fat damn. Another one in the Michigan, right downtown Detroit. You know what, Shanice? Are you from Detroit? Cause I've been saying that I'm a go to Detroit. I've never been in Detroit. Like not, I think I've made a delivery there one time some years ago. I think it was in a part of town called Mexican Town or Little Mexico or some shit like that. I'm not. I can't really remember. But I've been saying that I'm gonna go kicking in Detroit for a weekend, go stay downtown just to go. Oh, you from? Okay, you from the D? Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I'm definitely want to go check out Detroit, man. It look like I've been hearing good things. Like I mean, I know Detroit's still Detroit, but it's slowly growing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I was thinking about shit. This probably be some time in the future, like man, shit, getting a crib out in Detroit. Because the way I'm looking at things, I want to be a part of these cities rebuilding and getting in on shit while shit is cheap right now. And I know Detroit is one of them cities that's going up. And I hate to say it, man, but it seems like a lot of shit been going down in Chicago, but Detroit been kind of coming building up a little bit. That's what it seemed like. Just like out here in Gary, um, they slowly like the best thing that didn't happen to Gary so far. They got the Hard Rock Cafe, great. No Hard Rock Casino, great location right off 8094, and they finna build a convention center. That's great. You know what I'm saying? That's Gary need a whole lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be years before Gary even raise or think to coming back up to prominence. But I see the value. I'm looking in the future. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yep. Godson, man. No, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. That's why I do it. This is why I do it. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Happy Wings, Corey. I'm gonna write that down for when we go. Yeah, just Marco. Yeah, man. You should, bro. You should. Um, I'm definitely that's the next investment that I'm looking into is Gary for sure. And it's funny because most people from around this area, when we want a better life, we trying to get up out of here. We trying to get the hell up out of Northwest Indiana. What would it really be like? A lot of people from Chicago, they moved to Northwest Indiana for a better life because shit is cheaper for them. And people that's from Northwest Indiana, we moving out of here. So you got but a lot of times people from Northwest Indiana, where I'm at, close next door to Chicago, when they want to move, one of the places they go to, they move down to Indianapolis. But just in general, people that's from Northwest Indiana, when they want to upgrade their life, they trying to get the fuck up out of here. But me, I see the value, and I think Gary is gonna be something slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you thinking on the right track. Oh, they got a Gucci store downtown. I'm gonna have to Shanice. Do they got any like type of like high end malls in Detroit? Like I'm real like I be into cologne and shit. Like that's like my little thing. So like if I go to another city, like I want to go where they got like the high end colognes and shit like that. Like I had went like it was like a couple years ago. I had went to DC. DC is another dope place. They got I think it's called Tyson's Corner in that area, and they got two malls. They got a regular mall, and then they got a high end designer mall and shit like that. Man, that shit was dope. That shit was dope. I want to do Detroit. Got anything like where you go and you know what I'm saying? They got high end shit like cologne and shit. That's a little shit that I be into. Uh, but as far as like the housing, yeah, I've been hearing, like I said, I've been hearing good things about Detroit slowly but surely, man. So, and just the way that I think, I believe, I believe in our communities. If I just see the value in our shit, you know what I'm saying? I see the value because Detroit was once upon a time was the shit. Is you know what I'm saying? Way before my time, probably before your time. You know what I'm saying? Before all the, you know what I'm saying? Before Detroit became the Detroit that we all know. Detroit was the shit. As history told it. So I think it's gonna get back to that. FRE. Besides Michael Jackson, Freddie Gibbs, what other artists came out of Gary? And that's it. Just them two. Gary got a lot of talent. Gary has had a lot of talent. But the thing is, we don't know the business around here. Freddie Gibbs, the only person that left Gary. and went down a path that less unknown. I think when he left, I mean, he got a long story, but I know he left generally. He left. He was in California, had to start off sleeping on somebody else's couch. You know what I'm saying? He did shit that a lot of other people ain't willing to do. A lot of people ain't willing to get uncomfortable. So yeah, it was a lot of artists. I'm pretty sure it still is. I don't really be knowing what be going on, but it's talent here. It's just the business ain't here. Then a lot of us we don't know the music business. So yeah, Freddie Gibbs. I mean, Michael Jackson. We know his story, but Freddie Gibbs, if he would have never left, he would have been here. You would have never heard of him. But he left. He did something that a lot of other people never did, was leave. And you know what I'm saying? Because when we was growing up or coming up, it was told to us like you had to get your city behind you first. So a lot of people they stuck on trying to get. I got to get my city behind me. I got to get you. Nah, it's a total different story today. Today, you can be from goddamn it Montana. If the music is good, you can build a following, and people is gonna go. It's totally different today. So, but hopefully, I think it's a young cat who just got signed. What the hell is his name? Scrooly G. I don't know if you heard of him, but he was doing some numbers with the shit he had on YouTube. He was doing millions of views. Like ain't nobody from this area was doing shit like that. He doing more views than Freddie Gibbs in a short amount of time. So I heard he got a deal like last year or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but shout out to the young nigga. I hope he flourish. Shanice Whole Foods, the high end mall in Troy. Bet. Okay. I think I'm just gonna rent a car. I mean, I could drive my car, but one of these days, I don't know. I don't want to put the miles on my car. I just rather just pay. I'm gonna rent a car and do that. Cause I used to go back and forth to I forgot what part of Michigan I used to go to. I know I used to go to Kalamazoo. There was another part of Michigan I used to go to, but I always used to see the signs for Troy. So yeah. I'm okay. Bet. Corey P. Check out Anton Daniels. Yeah. I do mess with Anton Daniels. He one of the reasons why I went. I like the way he speak on Detroit. I like the way he rep for his city, man. I like this shit because I love like that's dope. That's dope. Like you got the rappers, you know what I'm saying? That's making Detroit look good, but he's somebody that's on a total different spectrum. And he repping Detroit good. I like the way he represent for his city. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to feel like that about where I live at. Like I like traveling outside the country and shit, but home is home. Like, cause I used to feel like that too. Like man, fuck Indiana. I can't wait to get this boring ass state. I can't wait to get the hell up out of here. But now that I got older, my mind has changed, and I see the value of my of the crib. So yeah, I definitely in tune with Anton Daniels. Yeah, he the reason why I want to go to Detroit. Just the way you know what I'm saying? He talk about it so much just to see somebody that I listen to or I watch their content and how he represent his city. Like, yeah, I gotta go check out Detroit, man. See what they talking about out there. Yeah. I heard. Well, I know that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? Real estate. I don't know all his businesses, but I know real estate is one of them. Hell yeah. Like I said, I like the way he represent for Detroit, man. Because a lot of times, see, the older that I get, the more I like doing shit that everybody else ain't doing. In these days and times, everybody flocking to a few cities: Houston, Atlanta. Hear about a lot of Houston and Atlanta. I've been hearing a lot about Houston. You know, people go to Vegas. People been going to Vegas. I used to stay out in Vegas a couple times. Uh, Starting to hear a lot about Charlotte. Hearing a lot about Charlotte. Those places, you know what I'm saying? Miami. These are the places that people is like is going to and staying at. But it's like I'm at that point to where my mind has reversed. I want to see what's popping in the places. You know what I'm saying? That's slept on. People ain't flocking to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But I know Detroit got some flavor, so I want to go check it out. Uh, Corey P. Yeah, you say you looking to relocate. Well, I think out of all those other places that you named, when you had asked me what's a good place to, do tanker hazmat out of, Indianapolis might be the cheapest out of all of them. Indianapolis might be the cheapest, but it all depends on what you want, what you're looking for. Now as far as like if you're trying to live the life, you still want to be in a place to where you live in the life. I don't think Indianapolis can fuck with Dallas. I don't think Indianapolis is fucking with Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It all depends on what you want. So, but yeah, man. Hey, finna get ready to cut on up out of here, man. I really appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. I ain't even know it was gonna be this many people on here like that today. But yeah, man, I'm gonna do this more often, man. Anytime I get some time, just pop up, man, and holler at y'all, man. So yeah. Oh, Corey P, man, you young, bro. Yeah, you got hella time, man. You got hella time, bro. Yeah. Try them all out. If you single, I don't know if you got kids or not, but if you ain't got no kids, shit, try them all out, man. Live your life, move around. That's something I wish I would have did. Well, I mean, I travel, but I travel more now. But I wish I was traveling. I wish I would have had my passport as a grown man in my 20s on some real shit. I wish I had a passport when I was a shorty. My pops used to take us out places and shit, but um, when I became an adult, I wasn't using no passport. I didn't start using the passports about 5 years ago. So if you ain't and if you ain't got one of them, you need to get you one of them too. Real talk. Oh yeah. Oh bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Single, no kids, keeping my expenses low. And if, oh man, you good, bro. You good. I would add in no. I mean, I don't know what your preference is, but you should get your passport. You should get your passport straight up. I don't know if you plan on having kids in the future, but take advantage of freedom, bro, and really traveling, man. Even doing like international traveling, it's not expensive. It's all about what you want to do, you know. But traveling internationally is dope. Oh, okay, okay. You ain't got one. Yeah, you need to get one, bro. Yeah, I'm kind of like serious about this shit. Like, especially to a young man. Like, hell yeah, you need to get your passport, bro. You need to see what else is out there in the world, and it ain't just about women. You know what I'm saying? Like women dealing with, bro. Women are women, no matter where you go. I don't know if you're familiar with the passport, bro, shit and all that shit. You should just travel just to get a different perspective on life altogether. You know what I'm saying? That should give you so much game. I'm telling you, especially being young and as like right now, I'm working on my third language. I never thought that I'd be able to speak different languages and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the best friend ever. I hit Brazil in the DR this year. I'm on my foot. Woo! You hit Brazil? You mess with Brazil? Where you go? You went to Rio? Corey P. Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. It is the cultures in these different places make the women on a how can I say it, on a surface level, it make them seem different, and they are different. Like I've spoke about Brazil before. Like Brazil, like not just the women, the people. Brazilians, they're more of a romantic kind of people. They're not like, and you learn shit about yourself when you travel too. Americans, we some frigid cold motherfuckers, man. We are. I've learned this. Brazilians, they're more laid back. You know what I'm saying? They kind of take life how it is. You will know the difference. So a lot of guys, man, when they travel and they deal with these women in these different countries, they think shit is better. But once you get past all that shit, you dealing with the same shit because the same shit can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? You can go overseas and get your ass broke off way worse than you ever could here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got hella stories. I'm gonna talk about it one day, but yeah, it's plenty here. But it is, I'm gonna be honest, it is different here though. In the United States, things are a little bit different. There are some differences. I ain't gonna lie to you. There are some differences, but that's a whole nother. We'll talk about this shit another time one day. But yeah, man, I love Rio too, man. Rio, best friend ever. Rio like the crib, man. I'm comfortable. Well, I don't mean like I'm comfortable in Rio. Like I'm just like I'm running shit. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to move. I didn't learn a lot about the culture. Still learning shit. I know where to go. Like if I was to meet somebody new and they never been around Rio, like I know how to move. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love Rio too. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Salvador. Salvador. Yeah, Salvador was the shit. Yeah. Salvador was the shit, man. Salvador is the shit. I ain't gonna hold you up. Man. But yeah, let me get on up out of here for sure, man. Man, y'all be easy, man. Be safe and keep it trucking, man. I'm gone.